Hi everybody, I'm Sinead Kennedy, Health and Wellness Coach. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's class is all about anxiety. So we all suffer from stress and anxiety at certain times in our life. At the moment it's exam time here in Ireland, and I've had a request from some parents telling me that the teenagers are suffering from stress and anxiety, and is there anything that they can do to help to calm them down, take them away from the books, and just to give them a little break and a little bit of mindfulness. This is also really helpful for the rest of the family as well, because if there's one person in the house aggravated, then that will have a knock-on effect to everybody else. So make it a family affair. Let's all get down on the floor and let's focus on our breathing. So for this class today, you will need a bolster. Now, if you haven't got a bolster at home, roll up it like a draft excluder or a yoga mat, make it nice and thick, and wrap it in some towels if you need to. Do it on the floor where it's nice and firm. If you're doing it on a bed, it's no use to you. It's just going to sink and collapse. So make something that's a little bit firm and a little bit bulky. We're going to start off sitting on top of our bolster, and I'm going to roll my spine the whole way down it. Okay, so the whole spine is on the bolster, and I need you to make sure that your head is supported and on the same length as your spine, so the same height I should say. So when we're feeling anxious, it's usually here in the breathing mechanism that goes a little bit wrong. So what we're doing here is we're opening out the rib cage. And by opening out the rib cage, I can get more oxygen down and into my body, and I'm going to feel better. When we're anxious, we tend to tense up and we sort of curl into a little ball. So this way, we're taking ourselves and opening our rib cage in a very nice, safe environment. And that's a really important point on anxiety, is that you need the person to feel safe and comfortable. Okay, there's no point asking them to go into a crowded room or get out of their comfort zone. You want to bring them into themselves rather than out of themselves. So here we can just take the arms out to the side and let them drop open. If that's too far a drop for your shoulders, you can put a little block, for instance. Let me just show you. You could put a block underneath your hand like so. If it's too much of a drop. If you've had any sort of surgeries in the chest, also be careful here. So the thing about anxiety, again, is that the head is usually going a mile a minute. As I said, the breathing, the whole body is under stress. There's a lot of adrenaline in the body. So we want to calm that down, and we want to take a really nice big inhale through the nose, nice and slowly. Hold it, feel the bloat, and we're going to exhale out nice and slowly. Now I'm going to give you some numbers, and this is a really great way to distract your mind. We're going to breathe in for 8. We're going to hold the breath in for 4, and we're going to aim to breathe out for more than 8, so approximately 10, okay? Now the numbers don't matter, okay? Basically you want a nice long slow inhale, hold, and an exhale is longer than the inhale, and that's what's going to calm us down. So let's try it. We're going to inhale nice and slowly. You can count in your head. Hold the breath and control the exhale, and just make it nice and slow. Find the point you're completely empty, and then we're going to breathe in again. So I'm using my hands to make sure that my belly is bloating and doming. So nice big inhale. Hold the breath in, and then slowly does it, nice and gently. Just let the air out of your body. So it's like having a really slow puncture. You just want the breath to come out of your body really softly. So we're going to do that a few more times. Bloat up, hold, and slowly exhale. So really focus on the exhale being longer than the inhale, okay? Use your numbers, use whatever works for you, doesn't matter. Fill up, bloat up, dome, hold, and then slowly releasing it. So if you're enjoying that, I want you to stay there and do that, okay? You can just turn off the phone if you can, try not to watch the telly, just really focus on yourself, put on some nice relaxing music. Use the hands as a tactile so that you can feel the belly bloating and doming. Okay, if you're happy there, please stay there. Again, this is a class just to ease anxiety, not to cause it, okay? So you really don't have to do any more than that. If that's all you do, that's it, done. Okay, if you're okay too, we're going to slide my bottom down off of my bolster. Okay, now you need a little bit of back mobility here. My head is still on the bolster, but you can see I've created a nice arch in my back. The rib cage is open even more, so now I can get even more oxygen in there, okay? And that's what we want to do, is we're oxygenating the body, calming it down and repairing it. We're getting it out of that stress, fight or flight zone, okay? We're trying to calm the nervous system. So once again, you can breathe. Again, we're going to inhale nice and slowly. Feel now your ribs are really going to extend here. They're going to really burst out. Hold the breath, okay, so approximately for 4, and then slowly does it gently guide the air up and out of your body. You can always have the arms out, you can have the arms here, whatever you want. It's not about the arms. Holding and exhaling. Nice long exhale. So just continue here. The numbers is great because it brings you again into yourself. It gives your mind something to do. It's going to stop you daydreaming or wandering off in your head, and it just brings that concentration inside of yourself. The rib cage is exposed. The more oxygen we can get into our bodies, the better we're going to feel, the calmer we're going to feel, the more energy we will have. And again, when you're sitting studying, you're bent over the desk and you're compressing your diaphragm. So here we have it open and the lungs are exposed. So stay there, and again, just spend a little bit longer than I have here. Spend as long as you need to get yourselves back down. Okay, so another really nice one that we're going to do is just a really simple pose of the child. So for pose of the child, we're going to open the knees out, create a nice diamond shape. Try and sit back into your heels. If you can't sit into your heels, you may want to create a little seat for yourself. Okay, you can do that. And then if you need to, we can create another little catch here for the head. So my forehead is down on the floor. Or if you're okay to, if you don't need the block, just forehead down. We're going to take the arms out behind us. And we're going to just catch a hold of our feet. So I'm down here, right in the very center of my forehead. So nice big acupressure point, and it's our third eye in yoga. It feels nice, and again, when we're trying to think of a thought or recall a memory, intuitively we touch this point. So just sitting here, just melting into it. Focus on the breathing once again. So I'm letting the tummy drop as I inhale, and as I exhale, scooping the belly back in. So just allowing the hips to open out. Feeling my rib cage expanding. Feeling the belly bloating, and then feeling the lovely contraction.
And just staying here for just another moment or two. And when you're ready, we're going to take one last long, deep inhale. And a nice big exhale. So again, stay there a little bit longer if you can. It's actually really nice when it brings us sort of back into that fetal position, which again, when we're feeling anxious, we generally don't feel safe. Okay, so again, we're trying to make ourselves just feel safe in our hearts and in ourselves, basically. Okay, and then for our last one, we're going to take the legs up the wall, which is a really nice one for everybody to do. Okay, so especially if you're on your feet all day, really nice for pregnant ladies, again, just to reverse the vascular system. Lovely, again, for everybody, just to have a little bit of turnaround, so we're just inverting the body. So very nice for taking the fatigue out of the leg. So let's go over to our wall. So here we are, we're at a wall, we just have a little bit of floor space. I've brought my block with me just in case I need it. I've also brought my bolster with me as well because we may want to use that as well. We'll see how we get on. So just rolling over onto your back, taking the legs up the walls. Now my hamstrings are very, very flexible, okay, so I can get my legs a little bit straighter than that. If your hamstrings are very tight, you're going to need to be further away from the wall. Okay, or if you're quite mobile like me, you can get in quite close. So having our legs up the wall, we're bringing the blood back to the heart. The pressure is off the heart, the pressure is off the vascular system, and gravity is doing the work here for me. If your head, so if your back was very rounded, your head would need to be supported. That's too high for me. So again, just leave it to yourselves. Just make sure that your neck is on a nice straight line. Once again, focus on your breathing, so we have that nice breathing in. So again, 7 or 8 counts in, hold it, and then exhale. So, 4-7 or 7-4-11 or 8-5-10, whatever works for you, it doesn't matter as long as the exhale is longer than the inhale. That's all you need to remember. Okay, it doesn't matter about the numbers. While you're here, of course, you could play with the legs. You can take them out on a nice V if you want to. Again, this is not about anything, okay? So we don't want to cause any anxiety or more stress to the body. We actually just want to be really soft and kind with our bodies. So if that means just leaving them up the wall, that's fine. You could always create a little V here if you wanted. Okay, again, doesn't have to do anything. Okay, if you wanted, again, we could put the bolster underneath your back. I'm not interested in that today. I'm quite happy here, to be honest with you. So I'm just, you could take the arms overhead. And again, that expands the ribs. And that's what we want when we're anxious, is we need more oxygen in the body. Okay, we need to slow it all down. We want to breathe in slowly, hold, and exhale out nice and long. Okay, just taking our mind off of our problems and focusing on something very specific. Okay, so very specific is your breathing. If you have the arms out overhead, again, gravity is going to help to pull them down. If that's too uncomfortable, take them out here or just have them here. It really, really doesn't matter. You could play with the ankles. You can do nothing at all. Okay, nothing at all. Just focus on yourself. And actually there's one thing that you can do while you're here, I've just thought, and it's really, really nice. Take your hands and give your forehead a massage. So I'm just using my finger pads and I'm just getting all in along here, in around my temples, use both hands. And you can be a little bit firm here again without hurting yourself. Get right into here, so where my eyebrows and my nose are meeting, so that's a really nice spot as well. Just playing there without hurting yourself. And just massage around your forehead. And you know what, you can do this massage sitting at a desk, okay, you don't need to get down on the floor, you can do this anywhere, and again, this is very nice for taking your mind off of things, bringing you into the present moment. It's great for stimulating the blood supply around the face, but more importantly, it just helps to relax, get right in around here into the temples, okay, or if you're not sure, just pretend you're washing your hair. Okay, we all know how nice that feels when you go to the hairdressers and you get your head massaged. Okay, that's all you want to do. Okay, you could play around, you could rub around your cheeks. Here we have nice lymph nodes, they can be massaged out, so I'm just using my thumbs in underneath my jawline. Okay, you could put on really nice music and just stay here for a little while. You could fall asleep, you could put on a meditation, you could put on anything, whatever works for you. Okay, there's loads of nice meditations here on YouTube. There's loads of apps, okay, so there's Insight Timer is one that I personally use, but again, I'm not endorsing it, I'm just saying that's what I use. Just find whatever works for you, but inverting the body really does calm it down. So I would say to you, just stay there a little bit longer if you can. And hopefully some of those will work for you. So if you have an anxious person in the house, be it a teenager, be it an adult, be it an elderly member of the family, it doesn't matter. Get down, get breathing, get your mind off of it, even just for a few moments. If you don't like any of those, just get them outside, bring them for a walk. Avoid alcohol, avoid any sort of stimulants. Really, you want to calm the nervous system down, okay, not accelerate it. It's also quite a good idea at this time to avoid spicy foods. When I was in India in the ashram, we didn't have anything spicy because again, it was too stimulating. So our food was quite bland, and it was still very nice, but there was no sort of garlics and onions and chilies, things like that. And again, that was just to help to control the body rather than sort of firing up the nervous system. So whether it helps or not, I'm not sure, but anyway, I enjoyed it, and it was nice to have somebody else cook for me as well. So lots and lots of water, make sure you're getting lots of nice sleep. Lavender, you can have a nice bubble bath before bed, put on some soothing music, etc. Okay, so I hope that the exams go really well for everybody in the house, not just the person doing them, and I hope that you get the points for whatever it is that you're hoping to do. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, and I will be in touch very soon with you. Thanks a million.